Some are more sentimental keepsakes, other are on display, resting. Can you pass me that coaster? It was my old goldfish. What?
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population you. Population Karmel.
Yeah.
Ian Karmel. Welcome to the show, buddy.
I'm dumb as hell.
You are dumb as hell, and
We
you're
all are
perfect for
dumb
this
as
show.
hell. Yeah.
Oh, my God. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy we get a chance to do this with you. You've been locked in a fantastic writing job for years and years.
I know we've been trying to do it for forever, and it was always like a Tuesday at 11. I'm like,
I can't do it. I will be in a writer's room at that time.
I'm going to be writing monologue jokes for James Corden.
So that is so interesting, and I will say this: you told me you were just starting to post stand-up clips, and
yeah,
oh my God, dude,
they're so
don't
good.
Eat after 8.
Don't eat after 8. Such a great mislead.
Yeah.
Just don't. Oh my
and
God.
the new stuff too. The stuff yesterday we talked about the Catholic, the Scientology. So good.
Thank you very much. That's so kind of you. I just got back from my honeymoon, which I had to push back several months, and we went to Italy.
Yeah.
And I went to the Vatican.
Amazing.
And Jesus came down from the ceiling. I'm like, I don't believe in you. He's like, doesn't matter. Yeah. Here's 10 minutes of mediocre stand-up.
No, he's like, and Jesus said to Ian, "Will you collab with me?"
Yeah.
Also, the great thing is if he comes down and he's like, "The fuck is all this?" You're like, "They did this after you left." He goes, "I'm a Jew. I don't need any of this."
Have you done all
this? I don't need all this.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's crazy. How do we keep
I don't want to tell you guys how to run your business.
Yeah.
Have you done an all fantasy everything gods, deities?
That's such a good idea.
That has to be.
All right,
we'll do it. All right,
fine.
we'll do it. We'll all do it. So we did Little Debbie's Snack. We'll talk about his podcast because it's amazing.
We got dumb stories.
A bit about anti-Semitism being the guy in the emergency room with the sprained ankle is also a brilliant.
What's weird is like I posted that, and I'm getting other Jews mad at me for like minimizing anti-Semitism.
Listen to me. Still hurts. You said it still hurts.
I'm like, it still hurts.
Okay. We posted, and I'll say this, we've talked about this on another podcast that we were on, but we posted a clip about in Portland, your city, in your favorite city. We posted a clip about from 2012 when the Occupy movement was there, the tent city. Our bit was that an Occupy this part didn't make it into
the
into the bit, but the Occupy movement was a one-night stand that lasted like an extra 3 years.
Yeah.
It's like it should have been one night. It would have been great. The concept's amazing. I love what we're protesting against. This is actually really great. But then it went on too long to where they're in these tent cities and they're become a society and they need stuff. So if you want to be an anarchist, but then all of a sudden you find yourself, because of circumstance, in a society.
They start organizing. It
you need
became
things. So like
society.
you'd hear people, you walk through this society, this is the bit. You hear people saying, hey, we need a group of people to walk around and make sure people aren't doing bad stuff to other people. You mean like cops? No, cops. Nobody said cop. Right. They're like, hey, if Dave's got the herbal tea and Tina's got the organic burritos and they want to trade with each other because that's the way we do it here, what if he doesn't have the tea? You should just write down on a piece of paper what it's worth and then he'll give like money? No money. No money. Well, we do have to put those slips in a central place where people can put them like a bank? No. Okay, everybody's talking right now. Dave, represent the views of those people over there. You mean like a government? No. All right, so that's the bit. It's
fantastic.
It's a bit sort of detailing the hypocrisy of anarchists in a situation where it's when you get it over your skis. It has nothing to do with right or left.
Right.
Yeah. This bit is taking off on our Instagram in a way that in right-wing circles because they think we are coming down on communists.
No.
So now it's insane. I'm like, you guys are going to understand. Whoever's following us right now, and God bless you for following us, you're going to we're either going to teach you something or you're going to understand who we are and they're going to unfollow us right away. Sure. But like, we posted this thing and it's like 300,000 views. Insanity.
You have to just let it go.
You just have
to let it go. I don't read the comments on Instagram or TikTok. You put it out there and just it's like, let it go. God bless. Whatever you do with it.
Well, it's there is just it's funny and in some ways it's dumb and it brings it right back to where we are right now. It's Dumb People Town. We have stories and you did this show before, but the way we do it this way, we started doing it a new way. And I don't know if you guys have done your podcast the same way the whole time, but like we each of us have a story. So Jay's going to start things off right here. Okay. My story comes to us by way of Liz Haggerty at Liz Haggerty.
Thanks, Liz.
Here is the title, and I don't think this was in the Reddit section of who's the
Am I
the asshole.
Oh, yeah.
But I think this kind of plays out like that.
Okay.
Bride wants a quote silent wedding. What? Silent wedding. I've heard of silent birth.
Who's it?
Is the bride Tom Cruise? And ask guests to whisper during reception. Her fiance says she's irrational. This can't last. This relationship.
You can't even get people to not bring their kids.
Yeah, you can't. Even if you say, "Hey, no,
Right.
we're trying to."
You're at least getting 3.
Yeah.
You're going to get
that you're
three,
gonna be
and
like-
they're going to be loud. They're not going to respect
gonna
the
be
silent
dicks.
wedding.
And if, kids or not kids being there, whisper.
So our friend Eva is a DJ, and she just DJ'd a silent disco, which are the great.
They're super
If you've
fun.
ever
Right,
been
there's
a part
people
of
with
those
their headphones on,
but if you
dancing.
ever
Fun.
roll up to a silent disco and you don't have headphones on, it is it's like those clips where they take the music out of the clip and and over it they just put the sound of shuffling feet over Mick Jagger
It's very
and
funny.
the claps.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
But it looks like a mass hysteria if you roll up on it.
If you roll up on it, you're like, what is happening right now? All right, here we go. So that's what she wants her wedding to be. And by the way, can I just say this before you even start?
Yeah.
Like the groom, how much did the groom of this thing, after she announces that this is what it is, went around to everyone and was like, see what I have to deal with? As someone who just got married, I know you love your wife. You guys have a wonderful
Yeah, I would
loving
say this guy,
relationship.
you don't have to deal with this. No.
You don't. You should get out
Get out.
immediately.
Yes.
Or
This is the indication.
Hopefully you guys are peas in the pod.
He's kind of the asshole in this situation. A little
Well, we don't
bit.
know that. Wait, we haven't even gotten.
he has
the
no,
groom
that's
has
just
a
the
problem.
headline. All right.
This
There's
might
more.
just be the attendees who have a problem.
okay.
He did say to somebody in this article that she's being irrational.
That's right.
So like he is speaking
spoke to
out
the
press about his wife being irrational.
Well, doesn't he know?
Future.
I mean, this doesn't get sprung on you. It's not like they like go out and party and drink and have a great time and are very close to their families, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue,
She's like, it's going to be silent.
it's going to be a silent wedding. by
She's
the way.
asked for dinners where we don't talk.
Yeah, this has to be a.
We don't have to
be a
talk
pattern.
to connect. All right. He's spoken during Succession, and she gave him a look that was like, I'm going to cut your head off.
Yeah, well, you got to pick your spots.
Yes, you got to pick your
You
spots.
got to pick your spots.
Weddings are meant to be a joyous and raucous occasion, surrounded by your close family and
Agreed.
friends
As a rule,
as you begin a new chapter in your life. However, one woman wanted the complete opposite for her big day. According to the Washington Post's Ask Amy advice column,
Oh, okay.
She's good.
the
She is good.
woman
Really good.
shared that she wanted to implement a rather strange rule for a wedding. My fiance and I are planning our wedding. As the bride, I'm planning on making certain requests of my guests to make sure that my special day is as perfect as possible. It's chill out. Like, it's not just your special day.
Yeah.
Shut the F up. It is a special day for your whole family.
Your entire community. It's
Thank
the
you.
people around you.
Community.
That's what you learn when you're like planning a wedding. It is a little bit about you.
A little.
But it also,
You're the reason.
you're the reason.
But you're
it-
not the whole. You're not the whole.
It kind of
energy
couldn't be
to it.
less about you.
Thank
so
you.
many of the wonderful things at a wedding, and I got
Sure.
married just last September. You don't get to experience.
Well, also, you got married a little later in your life. You're not getting, you're not getting married as like a 22-year-old.
We should tell people I'm 38 because I think if they're seeing me on camera right now, they're like, "Who's this young up and comer?"
That's right. Who is he's not 25-year-old young buck.
Why is there a 25-year-old on?
He also had a mustache for a while, and you were clean shaven. You were looking younger and younger by the moment. So yes, you waited a little bit. This is a time, but again, you're
If we
right.
have 40, and I started to cut you off. If we have 45 minutes at the end, I will go over my skincare routine.
Oh my God!
Would love
we will.
it.
Lots of
Would love
Keels.
it. Yeah.
Keels.
I've sort of graduated.
You graduated from done with Keels, bitch. Oh my God! All right. One of the requests, quote unquote, the bride-to-be wants her guests to follow is that they will have to wear exclusively yellow at her ceremony. This woman is a dictator. She's a cult leader.
Wow.
And
She's
she gets
trying
to
to put-
determine
this-
who has sex with whom.
This is
cult leader
performance art.
stuff.
She wants art.
Yeah.
She wants like we don't speak.
Is
Everybody
this the
wears
woman
yellow.
from the orgasm cult?
Yellow.
Oh, could be.
Maybe. Oh, yes, I think it is. Or she's like female Nexium cult.
Not
right?
a lot of people look good in yellow. That's a tough request.
Very tough.
I saw Steve Harvey in a yellow suit, though, and I was like,
Well,
Well, that's
man-
Steve Harvey.
that
I mean,
man
look at
can
the
wear
example
anything.
you're giving.
I mean, I would like put him on a handless Segway now.
Yeah.
Yes. Period. And just in a yellow suit, and just him walking around, spinning around with dead eyes. That's who's going to be hosting at midnight. Steve Harvey, thank you.
Why yellow?
I don't know. However, another request she wants all guests attending her wedding to follow is to remain silent during the entire event. Wow.
The party too?
Party
All right.
too.
While the woman's fiance has been supportive of all her other requests, he put his foot down on having a silent
And
wedding.
by the way, he could have just said her other requests.
He said
all of
He could have just said, I'm putting my foot down.
1 and 2.
He didn't have to cite anything.
I've been cooperative with her.
all of her other dumb bullshit.
requests.
Now,
If he just said her other requests, you're like, okay, but all her other requests.
That word is a heavy sigh.
That's a choice.
This woman goes in on her fiance to ask Amy, treating her like a therapist.
Yeah.
He angrily rejected my other request that our guests remain silent throughout both the ceremony and reception.
No, see, that's
and reception.
Why do it?
A silent.
do it?
Are you ready?
silent
Here's
whore.
what she says: to ensure that the focus remains on us.
What? You psycho crazy
oh
person.
my god.
Get out.
crazy
This
fool.
is the
Just
moment.
Start an improv group. Get it from somewhere else.
Right. Can I get a
the
one-word
yellow
suggestion
silence.
of the words I've given you guys that you're allowed to say to me?
Right.
Yeah.
She's just controlling
You're
everything.
not
You can
allowed-
say banana. You can say apoplectic. You can say majesty.
Isn't this what a head
That's it.
table's for? Just do the big gaudy head table.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Or
have
the
everybody
two-
facing you with
Yeah.
no back facing
Or say
seats.
like there are a couple of moments here I want everyone to be quiet in the but she can have a couple of those moments.
No. So then she says, my fiance says that this is irrational. He does not want to have a silent wedding, thinking that she's going to get support from this woman.
Yeah,
Can you
exactly.
believe
Oh,
this
Amy?
guy?
Amy's gonna
Saying
load
he
up.
doesn't want to have a
I mean, ladies, back me up on this.
Right.
While the
like
bride
that
to be acknowledged that such a thing is pretty quote-unquote uncommon, she pointed out that the silent weddings have happened in her family before.
Yeah,
Why?
'cause
Not
they
on
lack
purpose.
love?
People are like upset.
She described what goes into the planning and executing a silent wedding, which consists of guests not being permitted to speak and toasts only to be given by mothers of the bride and groom. Instrumental music will be playing silently, she said.
This feels religious.
Instrumental. How does instrumental music played silently?
That's great.
Just the bow is hovering over the strings.
yeah. No, you don't plug into the amp.
Wasn't that
Just
in
that tinny plicking. of
Woody
the
Allen.
electric
Was that in a
guitar.
Woody Allen
Woody
movie?
Allen thing? Is they're like playing
Down-
in Bananas?
No, it wasn't in Woody Allen's Bananas. Oh, was it
Yeah, it was in
Bananas?
Bananas.
When they
They're
go
at
down
the-
to the
at to the
dictator's
president.
thing,
Oh, that's
and they're
right.
air playing the
playing. That's what it is.
Oh my God! The bride to be pointed out as the newly married couple. All the attention will fall on them only. I know it's a lot to ask. Well, at least she acknowledged that. But I feel like I should have the wedding I want. Why? The wedding you want?
Well, yeah, or don't have a wedding.
Very selfish.
So get married to yourself. Have a celebration for yourself that's silent.
Go to do it at a courthouse and teach everybody.
So that the start of our life together will be perfect. Well, the rest of your life is not going to be
I mean,
perfect.
you
if you
just-
cling to this, the rest of your life is done. I want him to support me, even if we disagree on something. How about you support him?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, it's also his wedding.
Right?
Yeah.
He
Do
wants
you,
noise.
people that get to the wedding and realize this might not work out blows my mind.
Yeah.
I understand people
yeah.
getting married and then in the course of a marriage realizing, oh, this isn't going to work and getting a divorce. But like you get to just planning one event and you realize how diametrically opposed you
it's
are
a
to
Rorschach
each
It all
other.
falls
test.
apart. Yeah.
Was it hard planning your wedding or no? Were you guys on the same page?
I mean, like my wife Dana did. She did the lion's share of the planning, which I know.
Sure.
I mean, like it's a cliche, but
But you guys lined up anyway.
we lined up perfectly.
Yeah.
I had very few opinions. She has really good taste.
Great.
I went to everything. I went to all the venues. I
Yes.
did the food tastings.
Sure.
And
You
stuff
were an
like
active
that.
participant.
I was an
I
active
think that stuff's
participant.
fun, though. I went on the food tasting thing of the desserts for my wedding, and
bet
I was
you
like,
did.
could you make a cake? I got so excited. I'm like, what if it was chocolate on the outside?
Yeah.
Then on the inside was like a sort of vanilla cream, and then in that is like toffee bits like Heath
guy.
Bar.
Oh, that like
a
that's
Heath
all
Bar.
that.
And the woman was like, yeah, I think we could do that. And they came back and they said, come back in 2 weeks and we'll have that.
Yeah.
They had it. We loved it. She said, by the way, the chef got excited to make this. We're now offering this at our wedding.
You came up with a menu
I
item?
have a menu item at this place.
that's fun.
So that's fun.
That's
that was
great.
like a joy. That wasn't my.
I picked my spots at the wedding. I got like voodoo donuts. So we had like
So good.
a huge table of voodoo donuts.
So good.
I had like a special tea blend made by this company in Portland, Smith Tea, which is great. Shout
Shout out Smith Tea.
Yeah.
Shout out, shout them out.
Smith Tea.
Let's go.
But they made us like a special. So like I picked my spot, and then like
Smith Smith tea,
with the DJ.
the tea that everyone with a tote bag at Powell Books drinks.
It kind of is. It really. If you stay at an Ace Hotel, it's like the tea at the Ace Hotel,
Smith
and
tea,
I'm not even joking.
The tea that people who are angry about the PDX carpet changing drink.
Yeah, the people who were mad at you for suggesting that anything was wrong with Occupy Wall
Movement.
Street,
Yeah,
it's that tea.
They
as
drink
well.
Smith tea. All right. I love it. So you picked your spots.
I picked my spot, and like the music thing was very important to me.
Sure.
You know, like having been to weddings, you start to pick up on like, oh, I like that. I don't like that. I like that.
I want people to. What was the best thing I ever saw at a wedding?
Yeah.
I want to replicate that in some way with my thing. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Love
that's
it.
great.
Yes.
Anyway.
Well, this is not the best thing. So in response to the future bride's advice question and her fiance's quote lack of understanding,
I want to hear
and
what
support,
Amy has to say.
Ask Amy columnist Amy Robinson condemned the idea of a silent wedding.
Thank you, Amy.
Yeah, that's
Thank
right.
you, Amy.
I hope your fiance is paying attention, because if you are this self-centered now, I can only imagine what the dynamic will be later. For instance, if you choose to have children, she pointed out. She explained that weddings aren't just for the bride, but are public events meant to bring family and friends together. I like Amy. Ask Amy.
Amy Robinson.
Yeah.
Robinson added that the bride's fiance doesn't have to support her, regardless of how good or bad her tastes and ideas are.
Right.
If you don't want rowdy guests, then limit or don't serve alcohol, she concluded.
Wow.
Which is also a dumb idea.
But
I'd rather go to a silent wedding.
It's just a lot.
Hey, can you shut up and drink vodka tonics? Yes, I can.
To a bartender. Yeah.
it's like everybody's like, meet me out in the alley.
Yeah. If you want the focus solely and exclusively on you, then get married in a small room standing before a mirror. Bitch.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Amy will tell you if you're the
laying
asshole.
Laying the wood.
That's it for this story. But my goodness,
She's dumb. That is dumb. That
I mean,
call.
and she definitely put it out there to this woman, because she's the one who wrote to the woman thinking that she was going to get all this
She
support.
was like, you know
Yeah.
how those, like when that happens, it was like kind of like the someone was saying like in the course of the writer strike, we're all striking right now, that like the young executives who worked at Amazon and whatnot like thought that they were friends with the writers, and like that people would see their side of things, and then got the rudest awakening ever. Like, no, you're on the wrong side of this argument right now.
I would have loved to have seen those conversations happen in person.
What?
No, Randy and I have come on stage a couple times and been like, guys, we were supposed to do comedy tonight, but we are actually here to give you the studio side of the strike. Now just hear us out. Huge laugh. And like, we're like, look, do you know how much money it takes to keep a yacht up? It takes
Yeah,
like,
man.
it's a
It's
$50 million
expensive.
It
yacht.
can't just be a $30 million yacht. It's got to be $55 million.
People don't consider how many times you have to fly to the south of France
Thank
to
you.
check in on the yacht, and you have
Thank
to factor
you.
that
Have
in.
to.
Thank you.
My
Flight,
yacht can't be. I can't take the $25 million extra I was going to pay for my yacht and then give that to the people to make the product at my thing better. I need that just for me and my wife.
How am I supposed to live?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to live is what our CEOs are saying, and you guys don't seem to understand that. We've been the Sklar brothers. We'll take 5 questions. But that joke is so dumb, and it just goes to show you how much like no one is supporting that.
Yeah,
Nobody.
not a single person. Everybody. Well, with the Netflix executives getting denied their massive bonuses by their shareholders, you know, it's like people see it. They're
Yes,
like,
see it.
This is Michigan. It's
It's
ridiculous.
crazy. All right, let's take a break. We come back. We'll talk about how you can support Ian. Follow him on. Let's get his numbers up on the old IG and TikTok, because he's posting great
Hey,
stuff.
speaking of weddings, let's work on that engagement, folks. Huh?
Hey, there you go. He's right here. We'll talk about his great podcast, All Fantasy Everything, which is amazing. Right after this, it's Dumb People Town with Ian Karmel. Don't go anywhere. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Before we get into all the great stuff that Ian's got going on, let's give a quick shout out of stuff that we have. I'm not sure when exactly this is going to drop, but we'll lay some dates out for you over the summer that are important for us that we've got going on. If you're in Los Angeles, I think this is probably going to happen after June 14th. This will drop probably
So
after
July
that.
19th.
July 19th, we're doing another Tag It,
Nice.
Which we should invite
which you should come and do.
I'm in.
Do you know the show? You do your set, and Randy and I, during your set, the whole time are writing tags, which we
Oh,
then
I would love that.
come on stage afterwards
and
to you,
pitch
and
our
you take
tags.
them away with
Do we
you.
get to keep the
Yes,
tags?
of course.
This is lovely.
It's wonderful.
I
It's
love
like
that
the gift
idea.
that keeps giving.
Yeah.
And so we do that show. We did it. I think we're going to probably sell it on the 14th. We're doing it the 19th, and then we're
that's
going to
great.
do it at Largo on on August 1st. So all that. But the big show for us is at Dynasty Typewriter. Jay and I have been basically during this whole strike and whatnot, writing a Mike Birbiglia style, Neil Brennan block style.
Two-man, one-man
show about...
Rosie
it's basically, the show is basically we take an hour and a half to make the case for being parents by telling you how shitty parenting is. It's a heavy lift.
Yeah.
And we kind of go through our own story, and it was a big story on This American Life, how at 6 weeks old, we may have been switched. I'm just saying. We're going to get into all of that.
And it's our quest to find out our own identity, which is a lifelong quest that has taken up our entire lives, mixed in with our stand-up bits about parenting, mixed in with our mom's story of her life and our own lives. And it's a really... we just finished writing it and just did our first read-through of it. And July 24th, which is a Monday night, easy to go to in the summertime. Dynasty Typewriter, we're doing 2 shows that one night. We'll obviously want to sell out both of them. It's going to be a real indication as to, hopefully we can take it off Broadway, potentially do it in New York, maybe do it out here at the Taper Theater. We have big plans for this. We love this idea and love this thought. It's the first time we've ever we did a show kind of like this back when I got married back in 2001. We did it at the HBO Workspace.
Yeah.
But this is the first time in 22 years that we've done something like that. So very excited.
It's not going to work out.
Oh, wow.
Thank
Thank you.
Now.
You don't think so?
Thank you for telling us now so we don't waste time.
I'm going to be that guy.
Yeah, it's good to know.
The guy who's like in the story of it, where it's like, there's no way it's going to happen.
Ian said no, and then we fought harder.
Yeah.
So
you know what I mean?
You want to prove Ian wrong,
throw it in his face.
Oh, he's going to be there,
There's
just like
no
arms
way.
folded the whole time.
Who cares? I'm going to be in the crowd.
Not important. Why now? So that's going on, and all that stuff. Supersklars.com. You can get all the tickets through that.
Awesome.
Daniel, I know you're going on tour and doing.
I got dates that I'm announcing. I'll be in Chicago on August 19th. I'm coming to Cap City. I'm doing High Plains Comedy Festival. I'll be in Boston. I'm even doing some dates in Europe. So everything's up at danielvankirk.com.
Also, this knucklehead here was on your show, which is like really picking.
It was so great.
If this is before then, the next one is July 11th at UCB. It's Best Bet Comedy, hosted by Irene Tu and myself.
Just nobody's coming to that anymore.
See, he's trying to.
I know.
He's drumming up the anti.
At Best Bet Comedy on Instagram.
People like overcoming,
and people people are going to hear this, and they're going to be like, "Well, I'm going to go. I'll show him.
I'll teach him a lesson."
Yeah.
And then join our Patreon. We have a Dumb People Town Patreon that is so much fun with lots of
you guys can send in your stories. We'll go over those. And
we give you extra
only
content.
$5.
Yeah, it's really
so good. All right, Ian, tell people about your fantastic podcast, which is just a dream to do.
It's called my podcast is called How Did This Get Made? And
Stop it. It's not your podcast.
Shit.
I love that podcast though.
It's wonderful. No, my podcast is called All Fantasy Everything. On All Fantasy Everything, we fantasy draft anything but sports things. And although we've done sports adjacent things, but like you name it, DVK was just on. We drafted action movie stars with you and Doug Benson, which was a lot of fun.
It was great.
You've done it, but I wasn't there.
You weren't there. We did Little Debbie Snack Cakes, which was...
What were the number one picks on that?
Star Crunch was up there.
Star Crunch was up there. Nutty Bar was up there.
Yeah.
And it was really fun to go through because to me, I love the later rounds.
Yeah.
Because you're really digging into the barrel down
There was
below.
Swiss cake rolls. There was the other.
The one we did a year ago was great. We drafted a diner.
Oh my God, that was
the
fantastic.
Diner draft was so much
fun. Did we have
fun.
categories in that one?
Yes, you had to do a side, an entree, a drink, a dessert.
And then there was like a wild card that couldn't be food.
Yeah.
Like a flex.
Aesthetic.
Like a flex.
It was aesthetic.
I took like an old like an old waitress with a bad attitude.
I think I took the pie case.
Yeah, the rotating
How about
pie
like
case.
an exposed rock wall inside?
Oh, that's fantastic.
Another one.
Yeah.
So what I
Leather
love
booths.
What I love about this is you don't have to be a sports fan to enjoy this podcast because they're just picking
you have to be a
things.
fun fan.
Yeah. But if you are a sports fan, it's remarkable because it follows the sort of all the pathway of an actual draft, like a NFL or NBA draft, but at the same time, so if you understand though, there's like jokes and layers of jokes for things that people who would get that in.
Thank you so much. That's so kind of you.
Don't you agree that that's kind of how it's set up?
I think so because you have like when we did action movie stars, like you have a first round running back that's not that sexy, but that you have to take.
Sure.
That was like Tom Cruise, right?
Sure,
you know what I mean? Like you have to take it, but what is
I
there
don't
left
want
to
to take this
say?
4'11" guy in lifts, but I gotta take him.
I
He
have
does
to
his own
take him.
fucking
And he
stunt.
won.
You're exactly
1-1.
so good at it. But then, like in the fifth round, when you're taking like Kurt Russell, or you're talking
You're like
about,
you get a steal. You just get a
Big Trouble
little bit of that
China. I'll
Yes,
take it.
dude.
Yeah.
So it really is a special show. Jay and I saw you guys do it live in right before we did stand up in Minneapolis.
Sold out, electric, so
packed.
fun.
And it's so fun because you're like, we don't know where the comedy's going to come from. We just know that we're going to draft these things and funny things will be said. Stories will come out. So I highly recommend you guys. I feel like if you like this pod, this is what I kept thinking as we were doing. I'm like, if you like this podcast,
It's a good hang.
it's a great adjacent, like, fun thing that is like a riffy
fun.
good time. So all fantasy, everything.
And what
Check
about
it
all
out.
your dates? Where should people go?
Oh, yeah. Well, we don't know when this is coming out.
No.
And my dates are all kind of soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this going to come out in the next week or two?
It could be in like 2 weeks. I don't really know.
I'm going to be in Denver June 22nd, 23rd, and 24th.
Okay, good to know.
And if this has come out already, I did a great job.
You were
you
great
did
in
amazing.
Denver.
You did amazing.
really
IanCarmel.com.
I did really good. No, just check my Instagram.
Okay, great.
I have a website, but it's I
know the
that's my
feeling.
next thing that I need to update.
So no,
Follow
at-
me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter.
At
All my
Ian
dates are on
Karmel
there.
with a K.
Karmel with a K.
There you go.
Yeah,
Do it.
Karmel
Are you guys
with a
ready
K.
for a story?
Let's do it. Let's jump in.
Here we go. From sent in from We Talking About Practice at not a game _3.
_3. What a great
woman.
What a great handle.
And I have
Not a
seen
game. Not a game.
Iverson lately though in that commercial he was really bloated.
blown up.
Really
Yeah,
bloated.
it was bound to catch up with him.
Yeah.
It
Woman
was bound to catch up with him.
advertises for farmer to marry her best friend. So she wants a farmer
to marry her.
and she advertises for it.
I mean,
A
this
New
is
Zealand
this is
woman-
what farmers only should
no,
be.
farmers only. Isn't there also Farmer Wants a Wife?
Yeah, there's
That's
a
a
show.
TV show.
FarmersOnly.com is
Yeah,
the
but
number
then the
one.
Farmer
place to
Wants
go.
a Wife is like a reality show, like our
On
big
Fox.
big
Gotta
love
be
from
on
the big
Fox, right?
city. Or,
Yeah.
Well, that's
she
what
don't-
this is.
She don't understand.
A New Zealand woman named Liv K, probably Liv/PGAK,
I can't believe she merged with the PGA Tour.
yeah, wants to find
a month.
That was actually a big surprise.
Yeah.
wants to find a farmer to wife up her best friend.
Wife up.
When she met farmer Ali K, same name obviously,
Different.
she left the big smoke of Auckland, New Zealand for the rolling hills of King Country and hasn't looked back since.
Can we
Can I,
all
by the
agree-
way, just tell you, I've been to Auckland. It's a lovely city. It's not a big smoke city. And the farms along the countryside
Sure.
of New Zealand are just quaint and beautiful.
Yeah.
Like
Hobbiton, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
Can I
Nothing.
say this? That Ali K is my favorite Sacha Baron Cohen character.
Ali K's good. Ali's K.
I mean, amazing. He plays dumb as a farmer, and then he gets
Oh, he
people.
sent up Trump with his ice cream.
draws him in.
Yeah.
Well,
Draws
while
him
she
in.
loves the farm lifestyle in Waitomo, I tried. One thing is missing: her best friend, Amber.
Oh man.
Amber.
I've missed my
about-
friend heaps. It was the only thing I struggled with about moving to the farm. I've always joked about them moving down here too, Kay tells the New Zealand Herald.
You need a farmer to make that happen.
Miss me friend Heaps.
Originally
It's fun
from
to picture it in the New Zealand
Heaps.
accent. Heaps.
Heaps. Originally from Taranaki,
Which is
New
actually
Zealand.
Haps.
Hips.
Hips.
I miss my friend Hips.
Miss
She
my friend
moved to
Heaps.
Weheke, I don't know, when she was 12 years old, where she met Amber at a pony club. Brag. That's a flex.
I know. All right.
Now-
we get it. You rode ponies.
The girls are inseparable ever since until Kay met and married Ali in a unique love story of her own. I pretty much moved in on the second date. This
What are
woman
you, lesbian?
moves
Come
fast.
on. Jesus Christ.
And I never left. They got married this year. Amber was a bridesmaid. Now
Cut to
Kay.
him telling his farmer friends, I couldn't get rid of her.
I mean, she moved in second date. I was stuck with her.
I think we're married.
I guess it's a schlep if you're going out to the farm, right? You got to make that decision quick.
So Liv has taken it upon herself to find a farmer to marry Amber and move her out of the city.
That's right.
It started as a joke, but you never know what can happen. I rang her and I was laughing. And I said, thoughts on me writing an ad for you? I just think farmers are so great. There's so many amazing guys in rural communities. I'm always joking with friends that they need to find a farmer. As a person born on a farm, raised working on farms, we're not just like interchangeable
Right.
cans of things
Nope,
you
you're all the
get at
same.
Walmart.
You're all the same.
It's you can't
Every
just go
farmer
like,
is
you
the
just go
same.
get yourself a farmer.
Yeah.
Like,
And she's like,
oh, perfect.
and because I like farmers,
Right.
you should like them
should
too.
like them
yeah,
too.
yeah,
You-
Every
this should
farmer is-
inform your life
well,
partner
Amber
choice.
cracked up and said, go for it.
Oh, shut
Wow,
up.
Amber.
Here's the ad.
I can't wait to hear it.
I have a great offering for the New Zealand farming community. We're talking about a person.
Yeah.
Which the New Zealand farming community is going to be like subsidies for half our
Yes,
crops.
exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's just
No,
some
I'm
crazy
pimping.
girl
I'm
from the
pimping my
city.
best friend out.
A mass buy of soybean from the Chinese market?
No,
What is it?
no,
none of that.
Just a
Okay.
woman who's
Nothing.
Ideally, this would happen in King Country, in the King Country region.
Oh, now she's calling
She
her
said,
region.
I met and married a farmer 2 years ago.
Oh, who cares about you in this ad?
I love that
Oh,
your
she
ad
wrote
is
this.
inserting her own story.
Were people talking at their wedding? What was the
Yeah,
vibe of their wedding?
Well, the goats were making noise.
She says,
And
I left the
cheese.
big smoke of Auckland to embrace the farming lifestyle in mighty King Country. Whilst, good use.
Good
It's been
use of
great.
wild in an ad.
Yeah, whilst it's been great, there's one thing missing. My best mate, Amber. After countless hours of brainstorming on how I can improve this aspect of my life, I've come to the conclusion I need to find her an eligible farmer from the mighty Waikato. I tried again.
This is the point where Ian is at the show and he's like, "Who cares?"
So she can kiss goodbye to the city and join me in my journey to learning all about the farming lifestyle. So here's it goes. Here's a bit about Amber. Would you guys like to guess her age?
Sure.
Liv and her are best friends.
I
What
mean,
left is
29.
31.
38.
27 years old.
Wow.
She's 27, an absolute drop dead looker.
Very
And
great.
super down to earth, who's not afraid to get her hands dirty.
There you go.
She grew up with horses. She can set up fences, clean troughs,
Troughs.
and she always cooks a mean curry. Look.
I mean,
I
if there's
don't
one
What
need
farmer doesn't like a good curry? Am I right?
Famously.
Just
Yeah.
I'll take a friend who can make a
yeah,
good
she
curry.
sounds amazing, by the way.
After spending her childhood caring for animals, she decided to take a step further and formally study animal health, becoming a surgical vet nurse.
Okay.
She should be living on
She
the
should
farm.
be
Are
like,
you
right?
watching All
Yeah.
Creatures Great and Small? Please tell me you're watching that on PBS.
But I started the chimpanzee documentary on Netflix,
God.
which is wild.
Is it wild?
Yes.
Dan, I finally watched Buried.
Oh, you did?
Finally watched Buried.
Okay, good.
Buried, not Buried the series.
No,
Buried is
Buried.
the 1982 Alpine Valley avalanche.
Yeah, up in the Canada.
Up in
Here's
Tahoe.
a dumb person. The person who got cabin fever with her boyfriend and decided to walk up towards the thing.
Don't say
Dummy.
anything else.
Is that a documentary?
Yeah.
Buried. I should
Very
watch
good.
it.
Buried
Oh,
is
yeah.
very
Buried,
good.
1982 Alpine Valley. avalanche
Amazing
disaster.
footage.
I watched the volcano one that was in New
wild.
Zealand or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, where they walk to the.
Oh, my God.
Wait, I gotta watch that one.
Yeah.
They're holding
Wild.
hands
Yeah.
of like their
Yeah.
withered arms.
Oh, God, it was brutal.
Crazy.
Brutal.
Hey, here's an idea. Don't hang out around an active volcano.
Don't go to an active volcano.
Just-
Stay on the boat. You're
Yes,
close enough.
Stay on the
Do
boat.
it. Volcanoes are fine until they're not.
Until
Yeah.
they're not.
That's right.
And there's not like a warning. There's
It's
not
like farmers. Do you,
Yeah.
you know what it is? It's like Amber. She's
Yes,
fine
Amber.
until she isn't.
Amber sounds like she should already be the one on the farm. She's a
By
surgical
the way,
vet nurse.
how is Amber not like? Unless she just doesn't want to be with anybody, she sounds like an unbelievable person. Has her own thing going on. Is a
Since then,
veterinary surgeon.
Great job making curry.
That's right. All things great and small. All creatures great.
This is Amber.
Gorgeous.
Come on.
Beautiful lady.
She's less attractive
She's
than
like
my
Denise-
wife, but she's
like-
very
yeah,
pretty.
right. She's
Just
not
in
as
case,
attractive
just
as
in
Ian's
case,
wife
just in
or my
case,
wife.
just in
She's looks like Denise Richards.
Yeah.
She then transitioned
She's having
into
fun.
pet nutrition industry. So not only does she have a great animal health knowledge, she can also get you a discount on quality dog biscuits. What an
She
asset.
fat shames
Fantastic. I
cats.
wonder if she's a big fan of Maeve. Thank you. Shout
There
out
it
to
is.
Maeve.
Shout out to
Great
Maeve.
job on her.
Amber doesn't take life too seriously, loves a good laugh. Now this is where you lost me.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Remember when you would do
I'll
like,
tell you-
let's
I'll
all
tell
sit
you who
around, everybody
doesn't.
say something about themselves, and there would always be somebody who goes, I love to laugh.
I'll tell you who doesn't. The bride to
in the
be
first
from
Yeah,
the
for sure.
hates
For
to
sure.
laugh.
That
Too
draws
loud.
focus away from her.
Well, she might like to laugh, but she hates other people's laughs.
Yes, right. Make it about, it's about my laugh.
Yeah.
If I'm laughing, I'm fine.
If you guys are quiet, I will laugh.
Amber's the most kind and beautiful soul you've ever met. She's actually so nice, she agreed to let her desperate best mate, who misses her so much, embark on a journey to get her to join me. She's a great helper when visiting the farm, from running the dogs to offering to help with prolapsed ewes.
Prolapsed
There's nothing
anus.
this girl won't do. She's a big girl, standing just under 6 foot tall. She's a big girl. I'd be like, nothing wrong with that, but like, let's be more specific about what
She's
we
a
mean.
big girl, and she's gone too far, and you know it don't matter anyway.
Standing under just 6 feet tall. She doesn't feel like a giant. She does prefer a man with height. Fair enough. She
So
wrote
that,
fair enough. I
that
didn't
was
say
put
it.
in there
They
to
wrote
weed
it.
out people like me
Short
and Randy.
farmers, get them out of here.
If there's someone out there who thinks they could offer my drop dead gorgie, absolute legend of a best mate. Please get in touch with me. I'll be screening applicants and setting up interviews for the position. Meanwhile, her husband's like, can you help me outside?
Yeah, please.
We're on a farm.
I'm getting all kinds of information.
You have chores in this relationship.
She also comes with her own border collie who doesn't have a clue about stock but stays out of the way and is very cute. Please message me a little bit about yourself if you're interested. Thank you.
And then she's like, should I put she's into anal? Like just at the end, just at the very, very end.
She also has syphilis. Okay, guys, just contact me.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. It's good.
It wasn't long
Herpes
before.
have been dormant for 20 years.
It wasn't long before countless messages started rolling in from men all over the country, and Kay started screening all the potential dates.
Great. Again, you have chores to do on this
Throughout the
family.
process, Amber, also, you don't need a man to move. You don't need a woman to move.
No.
You don't need anybody other than your own interests.
It's also a
to do
terrible
anything
reason to move anywhere.
Right.
It's
Thank
the
you.
worst reason to
Thank
move
you.
anywhere.
Right.
Also, the fact that this woman is going to these great lengths to get her friend out there is not a great endorsement for living on a farm if you're not actively
True.
farming. It's
That's
like she's so bored that she's trying to.
She's lonely.
Anything she
Her
can to get her friend
relationship,
out
she
there.
needs another
I
relationship.
hate this life.
Yeah,
the only
it's-
thing that's going to save me for it is if my mate comes out here.
It's misery loves company defined.
It turns out Amber has been on a few dates with someone. Kay reveals that it's going well, and she's currently not taking any more applications.
Okay.
Whether Amber finds
Good
love or
to
not.
Good to know. Duly noted.
So 2 dates in, so she's moved in by this
Yeah,
point.
by this point. Yeah.
Why haven't you moved in?
Kay thinks she's destined to a rural lifestyle. She'd need a reason to live close to me and my husband. How about just volition, your own volition?
I would be really stressed if I got her to move out to the country and she didn't like it. That's all on her friend.
On you.
She's got her
All
own thing
on
going
her
on. I can definitely see her moving rurally. She's super independent, and she's got a really good career, but she can work
Yeah, but
remotely.
a career that you don't know that she can continue to do in a small.
You got to see All Creatures
can
Great
work
and Small
remotely.
on PBS.
Kay
It's a good
says
show.
there's something of a rural-urban divide when it comes to dating and hopes the post will change people's perception of farmers. You didn't talk about farmers at all. Other than just being a thing you can acquire if you'd like one.
Right.
Come on.
That's it.
You get a farmer. You get a farmer.
It's like Oprah.
You
If
get
any
a
of our
farmer.
townies ever hear an update on this, if she marries a farmer, let us know and I'll rescind. But I don't think this is the way her life's going to go.
No.
Otherwise, it would already.
Yes.
Right?
Also, her name's Amber.
Yeah.
That's a city name.
I mean, you know what I call
City
it?
name.
I mean, that's
a suburb
an
name.
alert if I've ever
She
heard
sent
of
out
it.
an Amber Alert.
Rand's going to have story number 3. I saw the word rug. That's all I know. Maybe that's enough of a hint right there.
Can you give us a preview, Rand? Can you let us know?
Yeah, you know, as somebody, I don't know, for all the pets out there, this is a way to keep your pet around forever. We'll get to that on the other side of the break.
Some sort of
It's Dumb
cloning.
People Town with Ian Karmel. Don't go nowhere, which means go everywhere, but don't go and actually stay where you are. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Ian
Hey.
Karmel is with us. I'm going to take us home if that's
Do it,
okay.
do it. Yeah.
All right. This is sent in by Liz Haggerty, who also sent in an
Great.
earlier story. Liz Haggerty, one of our stringers. I'll
She
put her out there.
bookended this.
Fantastic. The story is from October of 2022. It appeared as a link in another story that Liz sent.
Oh, really?
So I'm going to give her the assist.
Sure,
give her
yeah.
credit.
You found it
So
through her.
Sometimes in the dumb stories, Ian, they'll be like, if you like this, you're reading this, you might also like this.
This other
Sure.
dumb story.
It's kind of a
She's
Like us
Nicole-
with All Fantasy Everything.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Yeah. it's-
And All Fantasy Everything with us.
I mean, that was a great joke, by the way, that you and I saw Michelle Wolf. We got to give a shout out to her, credit to her about Jeff Bezos' wife was like listed on the Forbes list. I mean, the whole bit that she did was really funny about listed on the Forbes list that she had $60 million. Like, well, $60 billion?
Yeah, it would be in the
you
beast.
didn't have
Whatever it is, it's in the beast.
She's like, you didn't have $60 billion. Jeff Bezos had $120 billion last year. It's like his ex-wife. That was such a good joke. It's like, and then
She's
she
a
lists
jerk.
herself as
a writer, as an author.
Author, yeah.
Author. You didn't make $60 billion as an author.
Sure.
You just happened to be like your husband was like owns the largest bookstore in the world. And they can get you can promote
Why
whatever.
don't you just put philanthropist? Because
I
she
know.
does try to
You
do a
can
lot.
She
put
is
whatever-
a huge philanthropist.
Her
Yeah,
joke
she's
about
great.
you can put whatever you want to like help promote through Amazon. It's like, you bought trash liners, you might also like this garbage. Great joke. Great joke. All right,
Michelle
so thank
Wolf.
you. I took this and then I moved it. All right. Aussie family turns pet dog into ornamental rug.
What is going on?
Not for
They're
me.
they're taking a lot of licks over in Oceania.
So
I don't like this at all.
we just
Turn your dog
we
into
just
a
lost
rug?
our dog. We just lost our 12 and a half
Could you
year old
imagine being
English
like,
What if it's a
bulldog.
little
oh, we
dog?
go
Is
wipe
it a-
your feet on our beloved family?
Yeah, just go.
Is it a bath man?
What if you get another dog? So we have now a new
Can you
puppy.
imagine the smell?
Who I brought here. And the puppy has definitely taken a shit on the rugs.
Yeah.
What if your new puppy takes a shit on the old dog rug?
Can you imagine?
Maybe it's just the bubble we live in. Although I spent a lot of time in Rochelle, Illinois.
Sure.
Anybody's house that I walked into that had any animal as a rug, and they're not Teddy Roosevelt,
Yeah.
I would be like, "What is your?
Why are
what's
we
your
still doing
deal?
this?
I don't want to stand
The
on this."
whole rest of your life has to play into having an animal rug. Everything else about you.
Lamp
No,
shades.
but are you imagining it's the dog splayed out with the head at the end?
Yeah, with a ball in its mouth.
What else would it be?
A grieving Aussie family who lost their beloved pet has found a way to preserve the dog forever.
Take a fucking photo.
But not everyone is fond of this interesting keepsake. Also, shut up and let these people do what they
Now,
want
if
to do.
you put it outside the front door and it says "go away" on it, that is going to deter people from
This could happen to you,
Yeah.
solicitors.
Yeah.
Melbourne-based company Chimera Taxidermy shared a video on social media revealing how the skin and fur of a golden retriever has been preserved so it can be on
my
display in the family's home.
Oh.
This is a plot line in Silence of the Lambs.
Is it beautiful old? Yeah, beautiful old golden retriever preserved as pelt.
It puts
for
the
family.
elbow in the
Pelt.
basket.
What do you need a pelt for?
In the comments, she explained that the pelt has been tanned and turned to leather so that the fur won't fall out, meaning it'll remain in good condition for years to come. I'm going to show you a picture of this.
Against
and you
what?
Tell me, oh my!
Oh, no.
No,
No, no.
Just a flat
No.
dog.
How would you
No.
not get
Turn it
sad?
away. I
Turn
got
it and
it.
face it. Turn it and face.
No,
How would
don't
you-
even do that.
How would
Turn
you
it
not
back
get
towards you.
sad?
It looks like the rapture happened to
Yes.
a dog. Like the dog rapture.
Really,
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
understand.
It
this.
looks
like
like
that
his
dog just
entire
got
body got
deboned.
sucked out. Yeah, it's bones and all the insides got sucked out of its mouth.
Horror-
Like it
hey,
saw the
kids,
arc.
You know how we lost the dog? Well, I've got more nightmares for you.
Yeah. It's going to get worse.
Sit down on the old dead dog, and I'll tell you what
Well,
happened.
let's watch Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then you'll understand what happened to this dog. It's basically it was a Nazi dog that saw the Ark.
This is like the Total Recall.
Wait,
Yeah.
what were you going to ask?
Just remember stuff. Just remember.
Yes.
Remember the dog you had.
Also, you know what? What also benefits us as humans?
Yeah.
I just read a thing about this. Is a woman suffers from that condition where she remembers everything all the time, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so her husband passed away, and people were like, "How amazing you remember so many things." She goes, "It's the worst thing in the world. Yeah. Every day I can remember as though he died this morning."
Oh, my
But I think as humans, forgetting is
Yeah.
part of our grieving process.
How about
you don't want to
childbirth?
remember everything like it's fresh and new because it's so hard to get distance from it and fill that space with new memories. You don't
This is
forget about the
insane.
dog
Forget about
on
the-
some
right,
level.
right.
Don't forget you had it, but like
You'll just have your 6 pristine, beautiful memories of it, and then
Yes.
everything else will fade away.
get
The pain of
a
pain.
skylight frame, rotate some pictures of
Yeah.
the dog doing fun things.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
All right,
Skylight
so the
Frames.
approach received mixed responses from people online, and while some people
I
loved
can't believe it's even mixed.
some
Who
people-
loved it?
some
Who
people
loved it?
Loved the
The
quote.
set decorator for
What
Hateful
psycho
Eight.
loved it?
So someone said this is interesting, but certainly not for everyone. That's the
That's
understatement.
the
of the year.
kindest way to put that.
Yeah.
My memories give me peace. I couldn't do this. It would make it harder for me, wrote another. There you
Right.
go.
Yes.
The third said, while the idea is sweet and could be good for the right person.
No.
That is
It is
really
not
tiptoeing.
sweet.
The right serial killer hiding
right.
out in Australia.
Guys, you're all back in the dating pool, or you went back in time to the dating pool. You go to somebody's house and they have a pelt of their dog.
Nope.
I run.
Instant.
I am
Instant
make
out.
an excuse. I feel
Instant
sick, and I
out.
never talk to them
Just,
again.
I would say the way we grieve and process and deal with things, we're just not gonna.
You're next. That's all I would think.
You're
right?
next.
I want to
I
remember
make
you.
this
I want to
noise.
remember
Yeah.
you, Ian.
Oh,
What a
Ian,
great
you
day.
could be a bath
What a
mat.
great day.
This is
You wanna be a bath mat?
I see it. I will make this noise. And then I am gone.
Speaking with Yahoo News Australia, Maddie, who is based on the Mornington Peninsula, agreed that it's definitely not for everyone. And she said she absolutely respects that. Pet taxidermy has only really become more popular in the last how many years or so
15.
do you think it's gotten?
It's a growth industry.
What do you think?
Pet taxidermy has only gotten popular?
In the last how many years or so?
6.
What do you think?
12.
You said
15.
Okay, one of you is 1 year off
Ooh.
from what they're saying.
11.
5.
Yeah, that feels strong. But I'll go 16.
Get your answers in, townies, because 5 years or so.
Hey!
Popular. So it's a very new thing to see.
The
for
real
most
pet
people.
taxidermy heads know it's only really been 6.
Right. I mean, I was on to it in 93.
If she's a
but,
dilettante, that's fine. Yeah.
I mean, it's gotten really mainstream.
Yeah.
So some are more sentimental keepsakes, other are on display, resting.
Can you pass me that coaster? It was my old goldfish. What?
Resting, yeah. Get the oh no, come on, the gerbil. All right, the dog's playing with the gerbil. Resting on their beds or however their
On their
owners
beds.
wanted them preserved.
I
Most
just
of the
can't.
requests I get are for full taxidermy mounts. Pelt preservation is less commonly asked for, but I still do quite a few pelts. So I think it is becoming more and more popular.
I can't.
We will close on this.
How much does it
How
cost?
much does it cost to get your pet turned into a pelt rug? Depending on the size of the dog,
Of course,
we'll
yeah,
we'll just ballpark it. What do you think it is?
$1,200.
$1,200.
$3,500.
Jay, what do you think?
$1,850.
Okay. Get your answers in, Townies.
Okay.
What Townies? What a wonderful episode with the great
Oh my
Ian
God.
Karmel. Follow
Love
him
Ian
on TikTok. Follow him on Twitter. Go listen to our episodes as your
Yes.
way into
Yes,
All Fantasy Everything, and you will check All Fantasy Everything Everywhere All at Once. That's what I want to do. That like characters and everything everywhere all at once. Different
All Fantasy,
Everything
Everything
How great
Everywhere
would
all-
that be? You pick realities of that movie to draft. That would be amazing.
You could pick realities
Hot
for
dog
yourself.
finger, the hot
Yeah.
dog finger reality.
You could just come up with new ones, brand
Yeah,
new
that's
ones.
good.
that would be
Yeah,
great.
so it's a theme. I
Yeah.
love that.
The giant swirling everything.
Everybody's got
Set-
piano
Just
teeth like in Looney
locations.
Tunes.
Locations
Yeah.
in that movie.
Yeah.
All Fantasy Everything is the name of the podcast. Subscribe to that and listen to that. And I will tell you, get your answers in, Townies, that getting your dog turned into a pelt for
Ballpark.
just average ballpark.
Rugging up your dog.
Rugging up your dog, $700. Not
Oh,
as bad as
that's
you
not
thought it'd be.
much.
You guys are in the
Okay.
thousands, okay?
That's also an indication you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like
Too
too
little.
cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too cheap.
It's like
a
when the
little
guy.
too
It's like
cheap.
when we were getting our haircut.
It's almost
and
like in a I guess price.
Yeah.
Like,
Like when we were
I
getting-
guess
Yeah,
$700 bucks.
$700.
Do you really
we
want to do that?
We got our haircut in New York, and it was $10 in 1994 on
Sure.
like West 4th Street, and then we showed up one day and it was $7, and we got mad.
That's bad.
We're like, wait,
yeah. Why are you
you were
devaluing?
on the border of not giving
Yeah.
a shit. Now, like it's down to 7.
Now we
You-
can't complain about anything.
We can't complain about
Ever.
anything. You want to be able to complain a little bit. I'm like, take it up to 11. All right. There you go, guys. That's the show. We love you guys so much. Thanks for joining us in Dumb People Town. Join our Patreon. And oh shit, we got
Nobody's going to join you.
Yes, they are.
Do it
Don't
'cause
listen
he's
to him.
Nobody's going to do
Do it
that.
'cause he's
They don't
him.
have the guts.
And oh shit, we got to get back to work.
See ya.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.